on a new chapter in Malaysia. Live, invest, and enjoy with the Malaysia Premium Visa Program, in short term called PVIP. Thank you again, everyone, today to spend your Sunday dialing into this webinar as we explore one of the most exciting opportunity for global citizens who are seeking new lifestyle, long-term security, and a gateway to Asia. The PVIP is designed for individuals and family who want to who want more than just a residency and is offer freedom to live in Malaysia, enjoy his world-class lifestyle, access a wide range of opportunity from investment to education, healthcare, and beyond. So in today's webinar, we will share insight into benefit of the PVIP application process and why Malaysia continue to be one of the most attractive destination for international investor and family. So before we begin, let me briefly introduce myself. My name is Chee Mee, and I'm specialized in residency and citizenship planning. Over the years, I have the privilege of advising high net worth individuals and families on creating new opportunities abroad. And today, I look forward to guiding you through how Malaysia can open its door for your next chapter. Joining me today is my co-host Rainey, a property expert from Space Realty, who will be sharing valuable insight into one of the in Malaysia most sought after neighborhood, Desa ParkCity. So today's session, we will highlight two key aspects. Number one, how the Malaysia Premium Visa (PVIP) offer long-term residency and lifestyle security for international investor and their family. And number two, why Desa ParkCity has become a lifestyle destination of choice for expatriate, offering not just beautiful home but also vibrant community, safety, and world-class amenities. So once again, thank you for joining us. So let us start with this exciting journey. My PR program, 𝗠𝗹𝘆𝘆𝘆𝗆, is a Malaysia private limited company, and we are the number one appointed authorized agent by the Immigration Department of Malaysia to promote, consult, and to process PVIP application. As you can see at the right of the slide is a copy of the license as appointed agent. So before we begin about to talk about the program, let's take a moment to get to know Malaysia. I'm sure some of you in this webinar may have visited Malaysia before, but for those who are not, please arrange a trip to a holiday to Malaysia. So, Malaysia is strategically located in the heart of Southeast Asia, offering an ideal balance of modern infrastructure and natural beauty. With a mid-sized population for about 34.1 million, the country enjoys a year-round tropical climate, warm, sunny, and free from natural disaster. So what truly sets Malaysia apart is the cultural diversity. Home to Malaysia, Chinese, Indian, and indigenous community is a vibrant blend of languages, traditional festival, and of course, we have a lot of good food culture. As a Chinese Malaysian myself, I've grown up surrounded by this diversity. I speak multiple languages, English, Mandarin, Chinese, Cantonese, and Malay, and it's quite common here to have multilingual talent. So it's part of what makes us a society so open and adaptable, especially for newcomers. For expatriate, Malaysia is consistently ranked number one livable country in Asia, safe, affordable, well-connected, and above all, genuinely welcoming. If you want to feel Asia, just come to Malaysia. So let's discuss a little bit about this Malaysia Premium Visa Program. Now, this Premium Visa Program is introduced by Malaysia government in 2022, so it's quite new program, and it is a 20 years residency, multiple entry to Malaysia without worrying overstay, business opportunity, world-class healthcare, and education. Why so make this PVIP visa so special? So let's see what is the PVIP benefits are. So it is a 20 years residency visa. So many of our clients motivated to improve their lifestyle, whether to live in a country with more pleasant climates, lower cost of living, and higher quality of life. Now, this visa, there's no minimum stay requirement, and you can actually don't even come in a day upon receiving the visa in a year at all. You can still maintain the visa for the 20 years duration. So there is no age restriction. You may also include your spouse, your parents for both sides, husband and wife, and in-law, children above 25 years old. And this is the only visa which allows the applicants to work and to conduct business in Malaysia. Lastly, this visa, of course, offering attractive tax structure in the nature of Malaysia per se. So many of our clients acquire residency in country with favorable tax regime, such as Malaysia, where we offer lower personal income tax, no wealth tax, no capital gain tax, and no inheritance tax. So Malaysia is one of the countries that check all the boxes, as I mentioned. So, what is the requirement to apply for this Malaysia Premium Visa? So there are three prerequisite requirements you have to take note. Number one is the proof of foreign income. So the applicants must be able to provide proof of income with minimum amount of 40,000 ringgit monthly income, which is approximately 9,005 US dollar, or annual income of 480,000 ringgit, or approximately US dollar 115,000 US dollar. Number two, you must invest 1 million ringgit, approximately 240,000 US dollar, into a local fixed deposit account. And number three, of course, we need a copy of the letter of good conduct from the country of citizenship. So how can we help you? So this visa, there are actually two stages. So number one, of course, you have to prepare the documentation, and most importantly, you must able to fulfill the requirement of prerequisite requirement, as I mentioned earlier, of 40,000 ringgit income or 480,000 annual income, with supporting with of course with a supporting document that we need from you, and the income can be derived from employment income, investment, dividend, or rental income. So with all the paperwork ready, your application is ready for submission. Now on the stage two, upon the approval, in principle, so you need to make a visit to Malaysia for visa endorsement to fulfill the three requirements: to open a bank account for the 1 million fixed deposit placement, number two, medical checkup, and number three, to purchase medical insurance for those who are aged 60 years and below. If you have any question, feel free to type the checkbox, and of course, we are happy to guide you throughout this webinar. And of course, we will try our best to answer your question if you have. So the timeline of this PVIP application can be simplified in this page. First, of course, you have to contact us for a free consultation to check through your application requirement to make sure that you are qualified. So once you're qualified, sign an engagement agreement with us and make a deposit payment to start this application. Prepare the application document. So you will normally will take approximately 1 month, and then your application is ready to submit. So upon submission, normally the government will take about 2 to 3 months for processing. And once your application is approved, so you have to pay the remaining balance of the application fees, arrange a visit to Malaysia to open a bank account, medical check, and to purchase medical insurance. So usually the visit in Malaysia, I would recommend you to spend at least 1 week in Malaysia. And then finally, your the visa will be endorsed, and you can continue to live in Malaysia, or you can leave Malaysia. And of course, you can come back anytime you like because you are officially become Malaysia residents. So, let me walk you through for those who are curious to find out what are the documents checklists required for this application. It's very simple. A copy of your passport for all applicant, passport size photo, a police clearance certificate from your home country, 3 months or 12 months pay slip or income document, 3 months bank statement or 12 months bank statement. That's to complement on your income to show that you have this income in appear in your bank statement, employment confirmation letter for those that are under employment, and the recent tax return. So for those that accompany with dependent, of course, we also need a copy of your marriage certificate and birth certificate for those applying with children and parents. Of course, the situation, of course, every clients will have their situation based on the family structure. So me and my team, of course, we're happy to guide you through to make sure that your application is in order. And of course, we are walk you through throughout the process. Now, for those who are curious to find out about how much does it cost, this is application indication of the application fees. Principal participation fees is approximately 200,000 ringgit, which is one off, and every dependent participation fees will be 100,000 for each of your dependent. Pass fees is 2,000 ringgit per year per person. Visa fees is based on the country rate of based on the rate of the country per year and per person in the range of few ringgit to 25 ringgit. Security bond again is also based on the country per year per person. So this is also one-off payment, and of course it is in the range of less than 2,000 ringgit. So we will arrange an official quotation based on your family structure to prepare an official quotation that you, at least we can walk you through the total cost of your investment for your family. So if you have any question, again, feel free to type on the chat box. So thanks again for your attention. And I would like to pass the floor to Rainey, who has more than 10 years experience specialized in Desa ParkCity Township, to share more about lifestyle living in Desa Park. Over to you, Rainey.
Thank you, Chee Mee. Hello, good day, everyone. I'm a realtor for Desa ParkCity, and today I would just like to give you a brief insight on what kind of neighborhood or housing that's available in Malaysia. So today we'll be exploring Desa ParkCity. I would say it's one of the most livable township in Kuala Lumpur. Kuala Lumpur is our capital city in Malaysia. And Desa ParkCity is not just a location, it's a balance of city living as well as a heavy emphasis on nature. And it's also a community, us as humans, where we could connect and also belong and live life. So in this segment, I'll just briefly take you through why Desa ParkCity continues to attract expatriate tenants, home buyers, and also investors. So Desa ParkCity is quite a big neighborhood. We are 473 acres of freehold land. Freehold land title meaning you own it forever if you're a house owner. So it's a very valuable title to have. Also, it's a matured master plan. So most of the developments are already completed and the amenities are already completed. So Desa ParkCity has been around since the year 2004. And Desa ParkCity prides itself on safety. It is the biggest gated and guarded township with the track record of no break-in cases in the last 10 years. So it's a mixture of high-rise as well as landed homes to meet your requirements. And the amenities are focused on family. It is also designed to bring in an element of park life and also pet friendliness. So I'll share with you more later. So where is this Desa ParkCity? This is a snapshot from Google Maps. So we will take KLCC as the center point. Desa ParkCity is connected via 5 major highways in Kuala Lumpur. So you can access quite a number of locations. But why I pick KLCC is because most of our expatriate tenants work there. That's where all the multinational companies are. So to give you a perspective, to get to KLCC, it takes you 25 minutes as shown as this Google Map snapshot. But this is during sort of like a peak time. So 25 minutes, you can see some yellow and orange spots over there. But on normal days where there's no traffic jam, I have managed to arrive at KLCC in 20 minutes. So it's actually a very doable distance. Next slide, please. Yeah, and these are the pictures that are taken in Desa ParkCity, and they are actual photos, not artist impression. So just like how major sustainable cities in the world are built, like New York, London, and Paris, they always have a central park, and all the housing and the community is actually built around this central park. Okay, this is the master plan of Desa ParkCity. So right smack in the middle, we have the central park, and we also have another lake and park at the east side of Desa ParkCity. And all around it, you have 12 landed residential projects, 14 high rises, and 4 commercial centers. So basically, on a normal day, you will not need to leave the township to send the kids to school, or to go for grocery shopping, to go for a good job, to go and play tennis. So you can basically do everything in the township. So to list down further the amenities that are available here, we have a sports center, we have retail and dining hubs, and we have a highly rated international school and a specialist healthcare center. So all these amenities are actually linked via a road or pedestrian pathway, or you can also ride bicycles. So it's a very livable community. In the central park, there is also a dog park, and also other parts of Desa ParkCity are pet friendly. Next slide. And the international school. Desa ParkCity's international school is one of the most diversified in terms of nationality. So we have 50 countries so far who have actually enrolled in this school. That just shows its focus on international diversity, and to allow students from different nationalities to learn together and encourage them to develop academically and personally. Also, we have a medical specialist center at your doorstep. This is it has many specialties in there, dermatology, ONG. So basically, it's quite comprehensive. And I do actually had a client, a real story, where a client who was at the verge of delivering a baby, and she walked herself and checked herself into the hospital while her husband came from the office to meet her there. So, I mean, imagine like everything's at your doorstep. So it's very convenient. Next slide. Plaza Arcadia, this is one of our commercial centers. So in Plaza Arcadia, we have enrichment centers, dining, clinics, children daycare centers, language centers, showrooms, or even exercise studios like Pilates, yoga. So it's quite a good coverage of services. Next slide, please. Okay, this is the clubhouse in Desa ParkCity. It's a 60 million ringgit clubhouse. Very complete, has 3 pickleball courts, 3 tennis courts, 3 swimming pools, 4 badminton courts, and a gym. Also, it's quite vibrant over there. They hold tournaments. There's even a football field and a basketball court. Next slide, please. Okay, so like I mentioned, that Desa ParkCity is actually a community. So the neighbors and the people who live here are actually quite lively. Halloween is one of the events that we like to host. So you can see like it's really fun time for all the kids.
What is the nationality invest the most in Desa Park?
Okay, in my last 10 years of serving families here and helping them find their dream homes, I'm actually quite surprised that I have encountered quite a number and quite a wide range of countries. So, of course, the given Australian, British, American, we also have Japanese, Singaporean, French, Indian, and China nationals. So it's actually quite diverse. I also have Caucasian South Americans coming here. Yeah, and there was one time I had someone from this very rare country called Navatu. I never knew that country, but after having a prospect from there who bought a property from me, now I know.
Right, thank you. Okay, so I'm sure some of the audience today will be interested to know more about the price in this area. So maybe you can walk us a little bit on the estimated price in the property in Desa Park.
Okay, let's talk about the property market here at Desa ParkCity. I would say it's actually a very healthy market. So just a general guide, it would give you like rental yields of 3 to 4% per annum and capital gains of 5 to 8% per annum. So the price range are tabulated in this table. You can see that it's actually quite affordable if you convert it to USD, given the exchange rate of USD is 1 USD to MYR, sorry, 1 USD to MYR is 4.2. So, for example, a two-bedroom condominium, it starts from the price range of 1.2 million ringgit. Um, that's actually about 290,000 USD, which is really, really attractive in terms of pricing. And then if you need a bigger unit for your family, that's 3 to 4 rooms. Let's look at 2.8 million. That would be something more luxury level. So 2.8 million ringgit, we are actually looking at around 670,000 USD. It's still below 1 million USD. So it's quite attractive. And in terms of rental, let's say a two-bedroom condominium, you probably can get a two-bedroom condominium at slightly less than 1,000 USD, about 980 USD. So for a bigger size family, if you like to rent a 3 to 4 bedroom, you will probably need 1,200 to 2,000 USD. And for landed houses, two-story landed home starts from 760,000 USD. And if you want something more exclusive, like a detached house, a bungalow house, you can purchase one at 2.2 million USD. So it's still quite attractive in terms of pricing.
Very interesting. And how about maintenance fees?
Okay, so if you're a homeowner, you have to pay maintenance fees. As I mentioned, Desa ParkCity is a gated and guarded community, so the management body actually collects maintenance fees to maintain the landscape as well as pay the guards. And some of the housing has facilities like a common swimming pool. So maintaining that would come from the maintenance fee. So as a property owner, the maintenance fees will be paid by the owner. As a tenant, you don't have to pay any of those maintenance fees. You just have to pay your rental. So it's it's very nicely maintained. Some of the houses are strata title. Strata title means that the exteriors are maintained by the management body, and the maintenance fees actually covers repainting of facades every 5 to 7 years, depending on when the committee decides to do so. A lot of greens. There's a lot of focus in landscape. Next slide, please. And you can also see here, these are the interior photos of some of the available housing. Of course, these are renovated and designed by the individual property owners. So we do have quite a diversified selection.
So maybe can you walk us through with the buying process for foreigners?
Okay, basically it's quite simple. Let's say you have decided on the property that you like and you actually have agreed verbally with the owner on the pricing. So the next step would be signing something called the offer letter and placing a deposit of 3%. That will be the earnest deposit. And then you will be required to sign a sales and purchase agreement. That would be the agreement to purchase the house. You will be required to sign it within 21 working days on confirming the home. And also pay a further 7% on the purchase price. So basically, you need to have an upfront of 10% first when you book the property. And then once the sales and purchase agreement is signed, we will go on to apply for a foreigner's consent. This is just a formality for the state. So it usually takes 1 month or 1.5 months on peak periods. And once your consent is provided by the state government, then you will start going to a timeline of 90 days where the lawyers will actually do the title transfers to your name. So at the end of the 90 days, then you will need to make the full 90% payment, whether in part cash or full cash or also part loan. So basically, there's quite a comfortable timeline to plan for your 90% payment. And then once 90 days is completed, you will be given the keys to your property.
So
So
estimately, it will take about how long in order to
well,
conclude
so
the
plus the
whole?
consent and the 3 months for title transfer, we are looking at 4 months or 5 months if there's delay.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's very fast.
yeah.
Which property type, residential, commercial, in terms of better return?
Okay, let's answer the first question first. So which type of property has better rental return? It really depends on the location. So in Kuala Lumpur, there are many types, many areas basically. So now I can answer for Desa ParkCity, but it may not apply to KLCC or Mont Kiara or other locations. So for Desa ParkCity, actually rental yields for residential, I would say is much higher. Um, Also depends on what price you bought in the property, but currently at current market rates, it's more attractive in the residential side. Also for capital gain, I would say that the residential also gives better capital gains because like when we buy property, sometimes it's quite a emotional thing. So we sometimes might be able to sell houses at slightly higher than market prices. So that gives us a higher capital gain as compared to selling a commercial, you will be selling to an investor or a company who's buying for own use. So then numbers will heavily account for their decisions. So definitely it will not be something emotional. They will not pay you something higher than the market price. Unless in special cases, like for example, if I'm already operating my business there and I want to buy the commercial unit next door. So then I will probably pay a high price for it. So back to your question, which has better yields? For Desa ParkCity, I would think that it's the residential side that still gives higher yields.
What is the minimum range of investment that are available in KL, Penang, Johor, Malacca, and Langkawi?
Okay, so actually the minimum range varies according to state and sometimes according to area as well. Like for Kuala Lumpur, the minimum for foreigners is 1 million. You have to purchase something 1 million and above. For Selangor, that's the neighboring state to Kuala Lumpur, you have to purchase 2 million and above with strata title. So Kuala Lumpur is more lenient on foreign purchase. Selangor has a requirement that it has to be 2 million as well as strata. Other states are also different. So it's actually quite a lot to list out.
Thank you again, Rainey, for joining us. And I would like to move this next on why choose us, why choose our firm. Now, over the years, this program PVIP is newly launched in 2022, and I'll proudly say that we have 100% approval rate. And as of now, I mean, as of today, we have 170 approved applications. So we don't have any rejection, and of course we don't have any denial on the application, because we have to make sure that all our clients are happy client, and make sure that our try our best to make sure that their application will get approved. Let me walk you through a little bit of another program. It's called Malaysia My Second Home. I'm sure some of you may be a little bit confused why we are presenting PVIP but not Malaysia My Second Home. Now, Malaysia My Second program is always a program that has been around for more than 10 years, and recently it's just went through some changes. And here is the changes that the Malaysia My Second Home has categorized into three options: silver, gold, and platinum. From what you can see on the table here, silver is 5 years visa, gold is 15 years, and platinum is 20 years visa. Application age is 25 and above. Now, under this program, under the Malaysia My Second Home, it is mandatory to fulfill two requirements. So number one is the fixed deposit placement with a minimum of US dollar 150,000 up to 1 million US dollar for platinum. Secondly, the applicant must purchase property with a minimum amount of 600,000 ringgit and up to 2 million ringgit for platinum. So these two requirements must be fulfilled for those that applicant are interested to look into this MM2H option. And under this MM2H, the applicant also must have meet the minimum requirement stay of 90 days annually. The exceptional thing about this MM2H is silver and gold is purely for retirement, and you are not allowed to work in Malaysia or conduct business in Malaysia, whereby platinum you are allowed to work and invest in conduct business in Malaysia. Now, I do a quick comparison chart between PVIP and MM2H Platinum, because we believe these two programs are alike. And of course, a lot of our clients are making comparison between both programs, and they decided to go with PVIP instead. A quick comparison, as you can see here, is both of the program is 20 years visa. With the PVIP, you need to show that you have monthly income or annual income requirement, whereby MM2H, you don't have to. In terms of the fixed deposit placement, it's only 1 million ringgit as opposed to US dollar 1 million ringgit. So there's a huge difference on in terms of the fixed deposit placement, which your money will be locked in during the visa duration. For PVIP, you don't need to commit to purchase property, whereby the MM2H Platinum is a minimum of a 2 million ringgit investment. No requirements stay for PVIP and Platinum 90 days, and both visa allow you to work and conduct business. So we have a lot of clients are considering to have long-term residency in Malaysia, and ultimately is they have intention to conduct business in Malaysia, and this is one of the visa which allow you to to conduct business or to look for a job or work for someone else. So the first question is should passport copy how should passport copy be supplied? Does it need to notarize or you just show it to you? So the passport copy you need to you don't need to notarize, but of course we will assist you with the certification if required. And of course, if your applicants are dependent are here, I mean, is joining into the application. So you have to make sure that your passport validity is more than 2 years. The second question is, I'm an Indian. I've been residing in Kuwait since 20 years. Whether police clearance certificate can be provided from Kuwait rather than India? Yes. So this police clearance certificate, you can be from your home country or country of residence that you have been residing for more than a year. So reach out to us. Also, like I say, we will guide you through how to work around with your application. So the third question for UK Good Conduct is it ACRO certificate? Yes, that's right. That's ACRO certificate. What is the lock-in period for FD? Yeah, this is a very good question. So fixed deposit basically is locked in throughout the whole visa duration. However, after 1 year, so you are allowed to withdraw up to 50% from the fixed deposit that you have placed. So for example, 1 million fixed deposit, so you can withdraw 500,000 ringgit after 1 year for three purposes: property purchase, medical expenses, and children's education in Malaysia. So the remaining half, then you have to keep throughout the whole 20 years duration. Does this program open to pathway to permanent residency or naturalization? Unfortunately, this program is not a pathway to permanent residency or naturalization. And of course, for those that stay in Malaysia for more than 10 years and beyond, usually is based on case-to-case basis to apply for permanent residency. So where do we visit in Malaysia to present the passport? Do we book appointment? How does it work? Okay, so generally our company are based in KL. So of course the applicants are required to come to KL to see us and present your passport, and we will arrange the assistant for the opening bank account, medical check, and also on the medical insurance that I mentioned for those at 60 years and below. And then you hand over the passport to us, then we will get the visa endorsed in KL. For overseas dividend, can you confirm no tax until at least 2036? Okay, this is something that the recently Malaysia government has announced. So offshore income are tax exempted, extended to 2036, and there is no global tax for those that bringing in foreign income. Again, of course, we are not tax consultant. We will recommend you to speak to the tax advisor in Malaysia to plan for your tax residency or your tax planning. How easy or difficult getting a driving license in Malaysia? So to get a driving license, you need to sit for a driving test in Malaysia. Is actually quite easy, of course, if you already have one in your home country. So you just need to sit for a driving license, sorry, driving test, and of course a driving theory test as well. How do real estate ownership rule between MyPVIP and MM2H in KL and Penang? Um, so the real estate ownership rules again is based on state to state basis. So it's really not the same. So for example, for MM2H in Penang, so you can purchase any property from 600,000 and above, then you can qualify for the MM2H visa. However, under the PVIP visa, uh, there's no requirement to purchase property. However, if you intend to purchase a property in KL, the minimum purchase for foreign purchase in KL is 1 million. How about investment in security and shares in Malaysia? I think this question is, are you referring to the fixed deposit to invest in security or shares? If that is your question, unfortunately, the fixed deposit are not allowed to invest into security or shares. So it has to be parked under fixed deposit structure. Am I allowed to purchase commercial property to withdraw 50%? Yes. So you are allowed to buy any type of property under your name. Once you've decided to purchase the property, the ideal property you want, so you just simply let us know, then we will assist you to apply for the 50% withdrawal. The next question for PVIP minimum 1 million, is that first property or all properties? Yes, so for the PVIP applicants, the first property is 1 million. And of course, the minimum range of a minimum purchase price again is depends state to state minimum purchase price. Can the ownership be under my dependent or joint name as with my wife? If you are referring to the property, of course, you must be the one that applying and purchase the property. And of course, you can be joint name with your wife. So most importantly is the main applicant must be in the the part of the ownership in order for you to qualify for the 50% withdrawal. The next question, do you have 2 years between purchase and withdrawal from deposit even if purchased before visa issuance? Okay, there are two situations here. For MM2H, MM2H visa, for example, so the sales and purchase agreement within the 2 years of the sales and purchase and the visa endorsement, then you are allowed to claim for the 50% withdrawal. But for the PVIP, and it has to be after 1 year PVIP visa endorsement in order for you to claim for the 50% withdrawal. For secondary property, if I decided if it's still 1 million or state level, it will still follow the state level. Yeah. But for secondary Penang under the PVIP, is it 1 million or 600,000? So for Penang, MM2H visa holder special arrangement with Penang state government. So for the PVI, MM2H holder, you can purchase the property from 600,000 and above. Any other category, it has to be 1 million. Another question, whether the fixed deposit can be placed in joint name or with my spouse. So for the fixed deposit, you can place with joint name together with your spouse. All right. And again, the fixed deposit, we recommend into two accounts with 50% to make the management easier. Yeah, this is a very smart move. So usually this is what we advise for our client. So rather than putting 1 million into one fixed deposit, so you basically have to split into two fixed deposit of 500,000 each, which you have the arrangement to withdraw in future without disturbing on the interest that you earn. Okay, there's also another question. Is there any other fees listed in my slide? Yeah, so that is the general guideline for the fees for this related to PVIP application. And of course, there'll be another fees that I didn't mention in the slide of our agency professional fees. Again, normally we will arrange the quotation with you once we know your family structure that we can quote you according to your family size. Okay, I think there is also a last question regarding 50% withdrawal. At what point of time deposit can be withdrawn and it can be well before sales and purchase agreement. Yeah, so regarding the property purchase, the fixed deposit can withdraw. Of course, for PVIP case, is after 1 year. Then you can decide to purchase property. Or of course, if you decided to purchase property much more earlier, then the fixed deposit can only withdrawn after 1 year. So for example, if you are decided to go for MM2H visa, then the arrangement for withdrawal is slightly different. So maybe we can take this offline, and we can have a one-to-one consultation with you to to discuss what is your ultimate goal, whether you are interested to look for PVIP or MM2H visa. Today's audience are very active and we are very excited to learn more about this visa and property purchase. Um, we will try our best to answer you. But then, if for those that would like to reach out to us, let me share the screen again to contact us, contact me and our team. We will, of course, arrange one-to-one consultation with you to, of course, to speak to you personally on this program or PVIP, or if you would like to know more about Desa ParkCity, I'm happy to connect you with Rainey, and we can take it on from there. To thank her for the time and to join me for webinar today, and we look forward to stay connected. I welcome you to Malaysia. Let us know if you would like to come here for a tour or for a holiday. Feel free to reach out to me. Of course, I'm happy to show you around my country. So have a wonderful evening. Hope to see you again in future. Thank you and take care.